invention of the tractor, life on the farm would never be the same again.
Tractors first appeared in the 1890s, but a massive push for domestic food production at the end of the Second World War kicked off their widespread usage. Thanks to internal combustion engines, which were much smaller and lighter than steam engines, tractors took farming machines out into the heart of the fields, along with a whole lot more horsepower.
29 in the case of this Ferguson TE20. That's 4 times the power of our Fowler steam traction engine.
With a tractor, for the first time in history, a farmer was able to carry out a huge variety of major tasks cheaply and quickly on his own, without the help of costly labour. A dream come true.
The Ferguson is so manoeuvrable that you can farm every bit of the ground, every foot of every acre.
Affectionately known as the Grey Fergie, the Ferguson TE20 was the most produced tractor ever, and many are still working in farms up and down the land.
Well, this simple machine has grown on me since I've been operating it. 500,000 were built between 1946 and 1956. The first ones ran on lamp oil, and then you had a choice between petrol paraffin or diesel. It's a rugged machine that no farmer could afford to be without. But the versatility brought to farming by tractors like this has been improved upon 100-fold today by tractors like this. The Massey Ferguson 8480. Of course, she looks a whole lot bigger, but the key engineering elements established by the TE20 remain the same. So, what are they? First and foremost, horsepower. Under the bonnets of modern tractors, you'll find turbo diesel engines capable of developing up to 500 horsepower.
It's a massive amount of power for a new breed of massive tractor that can handle the sheer size of modern farms. But all that power is useless without grip, and that's where those big tyres come in. They spread the weight of the tractor, preventing it from sinking into the mud and making easy work of rough ground.
Now this is what I call a proper 4x4.
The better grip and traction of pneumatic tyres also improves fuel efficiency, meaning less cost and more profit.
They also allow agricultural vehicles to use the roads more easily to get from field to field. And hold up, you lot.
I'm going to be a meeting in 5 minutes, for God's sake!
He'll just have to wait. What that tiresome man back there doesn't realise is that I've got 5 times more horsepower than he has. But it's not there for speed. It's there to pull massive loads.
But sheer pulling power on its own is not enough. Where tractors start to get really clever is back here. This is the 3-point linkage, found on all tractors, and it was designed in the 1930s by a British pioneer in tractor design.
Harry Ferguson was the son of a farmer and a brilliant engineer. He also brought us the Grey Fergie, on which the 3-point linkage made one of its first appearances.
His name graces the side of this very machine. Without his 3-point linkage, when an implement was attached to the back of a tractor, the weight of that implement forced the tow bar down and into the ground, upending the tractor in the process. Unfortunately, several farmers were killed by this fundamental problem of weight distribution.
As this early publicity material shows, the 3-point linkage redirected the forces which had been upending the tractor right through to the front wheels, keeping them on the ground. At the same time, rear wheel traction was also improved. The end result? Tractor and implement working in perfect harmony.
Technicalities aside, it's made the tractor into an amazingly flexible farmyard machine because any implement of any size or weight can be attached to it, enabling the tractor to carry out a huge range of tasks.
This is the fun way to plough.
Remember those 3 horses ploughing an acre a day? Well, your modern tractor can typically get through between 40 to 80 times that, with the Massey Ferguson 8280, the older brother of this very model, being the world ploughing record holder with a massive 1,500 acres in 24 hours.
Whether it's a plough for perfectly formed furrows, a disc harrow to break up the soil more lightly, or a baler to clear up after the harvest, the tractor can pull just about anything. And that's not all it can do.
Via this power takeoff shaft here and these hydraulics, the tractor can power and finally control implements too.
Thanks to its power, traction and three-point linkage, the implements a tractor can pull have got bigger and bigger, enabling them to do much more work in much less time. So, is there any limit to how much a tractor can pull?
This is the amazing sport of tractor pulling. And put simply, it's the ultimate test of a tractor's pulling power!
It started out as some friendly rivalry between a few farmers with their ordinary tractors. But at events like this, an agricultural show near Preston, it's now taken very seriously indeed. The idea is to see how much weight the tractor can pull or drag over 100 metres, and we're talking about some serious loads.
Now this box weighs 5 tons, and you can put anything up to 8 tons inside it. This, coupled with the sledge itself, means that when the tractor sets off, it's pulling a rolling load of about 28 tons.
As the tractor powers along the track, the box moves forward and massively increases the amount of drag on the ground. So much so that by the end of the run, the tractor can be pulling the equivalent of 100 tons.